Have you ever found yourself wondering why certain situations bring you so much pain, why some things feel like they just won't let go of your peace of mind? What if there were a way to face these challenges with a calm mind and a sense of control? In today's video, we're going to explore the wisdom of the Stoics, a philosophy that, for thousands of years, has helped people deal with hardships and find balance. And it might just hold the answer to the struggles you're facing now. The Stoics believed that much of our suffering doesn't come from external events, but from how we perceive and react to them. Imagine living a life where challenges and frustrations lose their grip on your emotions. That's what we'll be diving into: a life of greater balance, where resilience becomes second nature, and peace of mind isn't just a distant goal but an achievable state. By the end of this video, you'll understand not only why suffering happens, but also how you can approach it differently. You'll walk away with practical insights into Stoic principles that can transform how you face daily struggles. So, if you're ready to find more peace and strength in every situation, stay with us. There's a lot to uncover about living life with calmness and strength. Before we dive into the Stoic approach to dealing with suffering, let's take a moment to understand why we feel this way in the first place. Suffering is a universal experience, whether it's stress from work, disappointments in relationships, or unexpected challenges. We all face moments that disrupt our peace. But what's interesting is that often, it's not the situation itself that brings us the most pain. It's our reaction to it, our expectations, and the story we tell ourselves about it. The Stoics saw suffering as an inevitable part of life, but believed it didn't have to control us. They argued that while we might not always change external events, we can always change our response to them. This concept, central to Stoic philosophy, shifts the focus from what happens to us to how we interpret and handle it. In essence, the Stoics suggested that our inner peace isn't determined by outside events, but by our mindset toward those events. This outlook is powerful because it means that, regardless of circumstances, we have some control over our mental and emotional states. Now, you might wonder how this ancient philosophy relates to modern struggles. Think about a time when you faced disappointment. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, or a close friend let you down. It's normal to feel pain, but the Stoics would ask us to reflect: was it the event itself that hurt, or was it our expectation that things should have been different? By understanding that our expectations and perceptions shape our reactions, we gain insight into the nature of our suffering. This shift in perspective is where Stoicism becomes more than just philosophy. It becomes a tool. When we realize that the power to change our feelings lies within us, we open up the possibility of a life where suffering doesn't hold us back, but instead becomes a path to self-awareness and resilience. One of the foundational principles of Stoicism is the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. This principle teaches us that while external events may be beyond our influence, our thoughts, reactions, and decisions are entirely within our control. By focusing on what we can manage, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and cultivate a sense of inner peace. To illustrate this principle, let's consider a common scenario: receiving criticism at work. It's easy to feel hurt or defensive when someone points out our mistakes. However, if we apply the Stoic mindset, we can recognize that we cannot control the other person's opinion or their words. What we can control is how we choose to respond. We can accept their feedback as an opportunity for growth rather than a personal attack. This shift in perspective allows us to approach criticism with curiosity instead of defensiveness, turning a potentially painful experience into a constructive one. Acceptance is another critical aspect of this principle. Accepting that some things are beyond our control can be liberating. It encourages us to let go of our desire to control every outcome and instead focus on our actions and reactions. The Stoics believe that when we accept reality as it is, we can respond with clarity and purpose rather than frustration or despair. This acceptance doesn't mean passivity. Rather, it empowers us to take meaningful action within our sphere of influence. Incorporating this principle into your daily life can begin with small practices. Start by identifying situations where you feel stressed or overwhelmed. Ask yourself, what aspects of this situation can I control? And what aspects are beyond my influence? This simple exercise can help you gain perspective and refocus your energy on the things you can change. For instance, if you're feeling anxious about an upcoming event, consider what parts you can prepare for your appearance, your responses, and your mindset. But also recognize that you can't control others' reactions or the event itself. By focusing your energy on your preparation and acceptance, you're likely to feel more grounded and ready to face the situation. Embracing the Stoic principle of control and acceptance can transform your relationship with suffering. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the circumstances that life throws at you, you begin to navigate them with confidence, knowing you have the power to shape your responses. This awareness fosters a more resilient mindset, allowing you to approach challenges with calmness and strength. The second key principle of Stoicism focuses on resilience and the importance of our perception in shaping our experiences. According to the Stoics, it's not the events themselves that cause suffering, but rather how we interpret and respond to those events. This understanding highlights the power of our mindset and our ability to cultivate resilience in the face of adversity. Resilience is essentially the capacity to bounce back from difficulties. The Stoics believe that by developing a resilient mindset, we can transform our struggles into opportunities for growth. For example, when faced with setbacks, be it in our careers, relationships, or personal goals, rather than viewing these moments as failures, we can choose to see them as valuable lessons. This shift in perception allows us to learn from our experiences rather than be defeated by them. Consider the example of a person who has lost a job. The immediate reaction might be one of despair, insecurity, and frustration. However, applying the Stoic perspective encourages a different approach. Instead of fixating on the loss, one could ask, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this opportunity to pursue a path that aligns more closely with my passions and strengths? By reframing the situation, the individual can move from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment, leading to proactive steps toward new opportunities. A practical exercise to build resilience involves reflecting on past challenges and identifying the lessons learned. When you encounter difficulty, take a moment to ask yourself how this experience could contribute to your personal development. This practice helps reinforce the idea that challenges are not just obstacles but also catalysts for growth. Additionally, embracing the concept of amor fati, or love of fate, can enhance resilience. This Stoic idea encourages us to accept everything that happens, good or bad, as necessary and beneficial for our growth. By embracing whatever comes our way, we cultivate an attitude of acceptance that strengthens our resilience. It shifts our focus from wishing for different circumstances to appreciating the journey and the lessons it brings. Incorporating resilience and perception into your daily life can fundamentally change how you respond to adversity. Instead of being overwhelmed by challenges, you'll develop a mindset that views them as opportunities to learn, grow, and ultimately thrive. This resilience will not only reduce your suffering, but will also empower you to face life's challenges with confidence and determination. The third vital principle of Stoicism revolves around detachment and the pursuit of serenity. This principle teaches us that cultivating a sense of detachment from external outcomes and material possessions can significantly enhance our emotional well-being. By learning to let go of our attachments, we open ourselves to a deeper sense of peace and acceptance. Detachment, in the Stoic sense, doesn't mean becoming indifferent or disengaged from life. Rather, it means recognizing the impermanence of all things and understanding that our happiness shouldn't depend solely on external circumstances. The Stoics emphasize that when we cling too tightly to people, achievements, or possessions, we set ourselves up for suffering. By fostering a sense of detachment, we can appreciate what we have without becoming overly dependent on it for our happiness. For instance, consider a situation where you are striving for a promotion at work. The desire for advancement is natural, but becoming overly attached to the outcome can lead to anxiety and disappointment. A Stoic approach would encourage you to focus on doing your best and accepting whatever happens. If you do not get the promotion, instead of feeling devastated, you could reflect on your efforts and see this as an opportunity to learn and grow in other ways. Practicing gratitude can also enhance our sense of detachment. By regularly reflecting on what we appreciate in our lives, whether it's our health, relationships, or simple pleasures, we cultivate a sense of fulfillment that is less dependent on external validation. This shift allows us to enjoy life's moments without clinging to them or fearing their loss. Moreover, embracing the concept of memento mori, or remembering our mortality, can deepen our sense of detachment. The Stoics believe that by acknowledging the transient nature of life, we can appreciate each moment more fully. This awareness helps us let go of petty grievances and trivial desires, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. Incorporating detachment into your daily life may involve practices such as mindfulness and meditation, which can help ground you in the present moment. These techniques enable you to observe your thoughts and feelings without becoming overly attached to them. Over time, this practice fosters serenity, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. By embracing the Stoic principle of detachment and serenity, you empower yourself to cultivate a resilient and peaceful mindset. You'll find that the trials and tribulations of life become less daunting, allowing you to face them with a sense of calm and purpose. As you develop this perspective, you'll discover a newfound strength and emotional clarity, transforming the way you experience both joy and suffering. Now that we've explored the foundational Stoic principles of control and acceptance, resilience and perception, and detachment and serenity, let's discuss how to apply these teachings in your everyday life. Understanding these concepts is just the beginning. The true power of Stoicism lies in integrating them into our daily routines and mindset. Start by identifying areas in your life where you often feel stressed or overwhelmed. This could be related to work, relationships, or personal goals. Once you've pinpointed these situations, practice the Stoic exercise of distinguishing between what you can control and what you cannot. Write down the aspects you can influence, such as your responses and actions, and the elements that are beyond your control. This exercise helps to clarify where to focus your energy and can alleviate feelings of frustration. Next, embrace the concept of journaling, a practice encouraged by many Stoics. Dedicate a few minutes each day to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Use this time to evaluate your responses to challenges and consider how you might approach similar situations differently in the future. Journaling not only promotes self-awareness, but also reinforces the lessons you've learned from applying Stoic principles. Additionally, practice reframing negative thoughts. When faced with adversity, challenge your initial perceptions. Ask yourself questions like, what can I learn from this? Or how might this situation contribute to my growth? This reframing technique helps to shift your mindset from one of defeat to one of empowerment, allowing you to view challenges as opportunities. Consider implementing daily affirmations that embody Stoic principles. For example, remind yourself that it's not the event but your reaction that defines your experience. Phrases like, I will focus on what I can control, or every challenge is an opportunity for growth can reinforce your commitment to these philosophies. Lastly, cultivate a supportive community. Engage with others who share an interest in Stoicism or personal growth. Sharing experiences and insights can provide motivation and encouragement, reminding you that you are not alone in your journey. By integrating these Stoic practices into your life, you'll gradually develop a more resilient and serene mindset. These principles can transform how you experience daily challenges, leading to a greater sense of well-being and fulfillment. As you embrace Stoicism, you'll find that life's difficulties become manageable, paving the way for a more balanced and peaceful existence. To truly understand the impact of Stoicism, it's helpful to look at real-life examples of individuals who have applied these principles successfully. Throughout history, many notable figures have embodied Stoic philosophy, showcasing how these teachings can guide us through adversity and foster resilience. One of the most famous Stoics is the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. His writings, particularly Meditations, reveal how he navigated the immense pressures of leadership while facing personal challenges, including illness and loss. In his reflections, he emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within our control and accepting the inevitability of hardship. His ability to find tranquility amid chaos serves as a powerful example of Stoic resilience. When faced with criticism or setbacks, Aurelius would remind himself that he could control his reactions, helping him maintain a sense of inner peace. Another example is the American philosopher and writer, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson faced numerous personal losses, including the death of his first wife and son. Rather than allowing these tragedies to overwhelm him, he embraced the Stoic concept of perception, finding meaning and lessons within his suffering. His writings often encourage readers to view challenges as opportunities for personal growth and transformation. Emerson's ability to adapt and learn from his pain reflects the essence of Stoic resilience. In contemporary times, we can look to the late US Navy Admiral James Stockdale, who spent over 7 years as a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War. Stockdale's application of Stoic principles was crucial to his survival. He famously stated, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality." His understanding that he could control his mindset, even in the direst circumstances, allowed him to maintain hope and a sense of purpose throughout his ordeal. Stockdale's experience illustrates the power of acceptance and resilience in the face of unimaginable suffering. Finally, consider modern entrepreneurs like Tim Ferriss, who often incorporates Stoic practices into his life and work. Ferriss advocates for techniques like negative visualization, imagining the worst-case scenario to better appreciate what one has. By applying Stoic principles in business, he fosters resilience and creativity, demonstrating that Stoicism is not only relevant in personal struggles but can also enhance professional success. These real-life examples show that Stoicism isn't just an abstract philosophy, it's a practical guide for navigating the complexities of life. By studying the experiences of those who have successfully applied these principles, we can gain inspiration and insights to help us overcome our challenges, ultimately leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration of Stoicism, it's clear that this ancient philosophy holds profound insights for modern living. We've discussed the fundamental principles of control and acceptance, resilience and perception, and detachment and serenity, each providing a framework for understanding and addressing suffering in our lives. By applying these principles, we can cultivate a mindset that empowers us to face challenges with grace and strength. In a world filled with uncertainty and chaos, Stoicism offers a pathway to inner peace. It encourages us to recognize that while we cannot control external circumstances, we have the power to shape our reactions and thoughts. This realization can be incredibly liberating, enabling us to navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and purpose. By focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and frustration. Moreover, the emphasis on resilience reminds us that challenges are not merely obstacles, but opportunities for growth. Each setback can serve as a lesson, helping us to build a stronger, more adaptable self. By reframing our perceptions and adopting a mindset of continuous learning, we can turn adversity into a catalyst for personal development. Finally, the principle of detachment teaches us the value of appreciating the present moment without becoming overly attached to outcomes. By cultivating gratitude and embracing the impermanence of life, we can find joy in our experiences without being weighed down by fear of loss. This serenity allows us to live more fully and authentically. As you move forward, consider how you can integrate Stoic practices into your daily routine. Whether it's through journaling, mindfulness, or engaging with supportive communities, the tools are at your disposal to foster a more balanced life. Remember the examples of those who have successfully applied these principles: Marcus Aurelius, Ralph Waldo Emerson, James Stockdale, and Tim Ferriss, each illustrating that Stoicism can lead to profound personal transformation. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism and allow them to guide you toward a life marked by resilience, peace, and purpose. As you embark on this journey, may you find that your suffering becomes not just a challenge to endure, but a profound opportunity for growth and understanding.